Welcome to the next assembly. In this case, now we're going to install the two L brackets that are going to need it to hold this piece. The idea is to mount the L bracket on the end here so that it holds up the machine and holds it just off the surface of the board. In fact, we're going to be mounting it this way. Everything on this side is not going to be accessible, so that's going to be fine. That's going to go up against your layout. This is on the bottom side. So what we need to do is we need to assemble our parts. We start out with the L bracket, a number 6 screw, and one of our nylon insert nuts. We can start it on the back ahead of time. Now you won't be able to turn these on by hand because of the nylon insert. You're going to find that you're going to need a wrench. In this case, I've used a small wrench, and I'm just going to start tightening this up. I like to prep my bracket a little bit rather than trying to hold it against there. What I've done now is left myself some space through here, and I don't have to tighten it as much once I put it onto the machine. So I'm going to sit this on top of the machine like this. I'm just going to put my wrench against here, and we're just going to kind of hold it in place. And I'm just going to bring it down till it starts just to tighten a little bit. I don't need to get over ambitious with this yet. We're going to go back and tighten these up. Now I'm going to make sure that that sits basically flat. I'm going to give it one more slight little turn just to help hold it. And let me just see, because it wants to squeeze out and push out to the sides. You just kind of hold it in place while you tighten it. And there we go. The first bracket's in place. Just have to adjust it a little bit. And that's about where it's going to line up. And it's going to look fairly centered on the unit. Now we want to add the second bolt, and we're going to drill through the foot here. To do this, I'm going to use a 1/8 bit, because that works out pretty good for my number 6 screws. So we're going to go ahead, and I'm just going to go ahead and do that here. Just going to do it by hand with the power drill. Not a very high speed. As you can see, the plastic is fairly soft. There it is. That's all we need to do. We've now got a hole through the back side here that lines up with the hole in the bracket. So I'll take my number 6 screw. In this case here, I'm going to use my green Robinson. I'm going to start it just so it's exposed on the back side. Now I'm going to add a nut to it, and you won't be able to see that very well. But I'm going to get it started on there. And again, I'm going to need my wrench on here. Now I can go ahead. You can't see that very well, but I'm going to tighten it up. I'm trying to hold it in a position that you can see. In fact, if I move it around to this side, oh, my hands are still in the way. We'll try it that way. I'm just going to tighten it down. I'm going to snug it up. I can reposition this a little bit. This one's a little bit crooked. You know what? It's not going to really matter. I can loosen this off just a bit, make an adjustment with it, tighten it down to the machine. We can see that that bracket is reasonably straight, and that's all we have to be. We only have to be reasonably straight. We have a little bit of play in here. We don't have to be 100%. Now I can go back and I'll tighten the first nut up a little bit more. And there we go. The first bracket is secure. The second bracket is done the exact same way. So I'm going to go ahead and take my bracket. I'm going to put my number 6 screw in there. Add the nut to the back side. Again, I'm going to start it. Use my green Robinson screwdriver, my wrench, and tighten it down most of the way before I get to the plastic. Put it on here. It's going to sit on there just like that. I'm going to go ahead and add my wrench. You'll see this in a moment. I'll show you. Just let me get it snugged up here. There it is for the first part. Now you can see by this, it's actually a little crooked. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to straighten it by hand ever so slightly. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drill in that mounting spot. So I'll do that here where I can see it, and I'll show you this in a second. Just like that. Now again, just like the other side, we can see we have a hole through here. In fact, there's my finger. You can see the light disappearing. I'm going to start a number 6 screw in there. Use my screwdriver. It starts coming out that side. I'll now add the nut. There, the nylon's catching, so now I need to put my little wrench on it. Just put this on to hold it and tighten this down. There it is, it's good and snug. I'll go back and now I'll tighten the first one. Just like that. Pretty quick and easy operation. There it is. Those are the 2 brackets that are going to hold it up against the bottom of your layout. So in reality, it's going to sit this way under your layout with the layout board sitting on here. And all the mechanism will be underneath and the rod will go up through here. So that's all there is to mounting the L brackets. Pretty quick and simple. Just take your time with it. Don't rush it. Once you get the hang of it, you'll find that these go on pretty quick and easy.